Oh.
Today I don't feel like doing anything. I just wanna lay in my...
Rocco, I said it was dinner time, but I didn't say it was dinner time for you. What are you doing? Are you waiting for your plate? What are you doing?
Harmanım, baba nerede çarşaf?
Some to the beat, some to the beat, and to the beat, some to the beat, some to the
beat. Push me, and then just touch me, till I can get my satisfaction.
If you're happy and you know it, do a spin. If you're happy and you know it, do a spin. If you're happy and you know it and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, do a spin.
Meu cavalo é capa de revista, que bancada alavanca quando ele entra na pista. Meu cavalo é rei, é campeão, manda boi que meu...
Anybody else's dog do this? Just helping.
What? What? It's not real. It's fine. Look. Look. Okay, all right. Please don't tell me. Are we gonna have to take that down? It's literally been up for like a month, and you're just now noticing it? I don't know what to tell. Chev, it's paper, dude. Look. It's paper. I don't know. Look. Dude. It's paper.
We're talking Teletubbies. Tinky Winky, Dipsy, and motherfucking Poe.
I want it. I got it. I want it. I got it. I want it. I got it. I want it. I got it.
My nose up his ass. Black and tan. Oh yes, how very fucking original.
Okay, Bear, let's not forget who came first if we want to talk original. You and I both know Dobermans were a breed first. Bow down to your superior.
Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni, chillin' with my homie. Chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni, chillin' with my homie. Chicken wing, hot...
Voilà, tu vois cette carotte là? Je vais la mettre ici. Je reviens dans 2 petites minutes. Quand je vais revenir, tu pourras la manger. Tu la touches pas entre temps, ok? Ok, bravo Nala. Tu peux. Vas-y. Oui, tu peux maintenant. Tu peux, go. Go. C'est à toi. Allez.
This delusion in our heads is gonna bring us to our knees. So come on, let it go.
Trying to hit it by the end of the night, Lamar. It's so bad, and the wood is so tight. When I hit it from the back, plus don't fight. When I put it in your mouth, don't scratch, don't bite. I'm showing up, money I'm going up. Look, I'm pulling up, get you another cup. I told her shorty what's up, told her I'm trying to cut, and then I slapped the dead on the butt. Okay, now lady,
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Rocco, I said it was dinner time, but I didn't say it was dinner time for you. What are you doing? Are you waiting for your plate? What are you doing?
Harmanım, baba nerede çarşaf?
Some to the beat, some to the beat, and to the beat, some to the beat, some to the
Push me, and then just touch me, till I can get my satisfaction.
Bitches is pressed, administer mouth. If I catch fire, then I'll change my aim. Throw my troubles at the world again. All my troubles on a burning pile. All lit up and I start to smile.
Why these niggas still tapping in they savings? Why these niggas still writing, telling statements? Man, pie color coupe, me and Stacy. Dash on a bitch, I don't care if niggas hate me. X6 lift, no belt, no safety. Bag on a bitch if the bitch wanna chase me. She wanna fuck, but that bitch not a 10 though. Please back up, bitch, hands out the benzo. Bitch got mad, put a stain on my window. Bitch tryna brag, but you lame, it ain't no friends though. Creepy ass hoe tryna fuck.
And I'm so used to letting go, but I don't wanna be alone. Oh, you were good to me.
This girl came home to find blood on her walls, but takes one look at her dog and discovers the heartbreaking truth. 4-year-old Anna and her dad Brian were driving home from a hike one day in northern Canada. They came across what appeared to be a stray dog in the middle of the road, so they immediately slammed on their brakes. They were shocked to find a little abandoned wolf puppy that looked like it hadn't eaten in days. So they took the puppy in and nursed it back to health. They actually decided to keep him and name him Toby. 4 years passed and Anna and him became inseparable until Toby began acting extremely strange. Toby was becoming more aggressive and violent every single day. One night, Anna even caught him licking his chops at her as if he wanted to eat her. This got progressively worse until Halloween night when Anna went trick-or-treating alone for the first time. Everything went fine, but when she got back to her dad's house, no one answered. So she snuck through a window into her house. The walls were covered in blood and her dad was nowhere to be seen, but that's when she heard a sound from inside the kitchen. Fall Apart 2.
I just want you back. I'm running to your side, flying my white flag, my white flag. My love, where are you? My love, where are you?
I think I had too much Hennessy, man. This Hennessy getting to me. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little smashed. I'm a little dressed.
This dog would not stop barking at her pregnant owner's belly until she realizes the heartbreaking truth. Sarah was just 15 when she found out she was pregnant and decided to keep the baby. Only a few months later, her and her long-term boyfriend moved in together and wanted to adopt a dog. They went to the shelter and adopted a lonely black lab named Cooper, and they just knew he was right for them. At first, everything was normal, but then strange things started to happen. Cooper would not stop barking at Sarah's belly as if he was trying to warn her about something. He would claw at it, whimper, and every single night he began to watch Sarah sleep. She tried putting it off for weeks, but one day she made the decision that maybe it was best for Cooper to go back to the shelter. But when she went to get Cooper, he was laying on the ground and not breathing. She immediately carried him to the car and raced to the vet. But when she got there, she received news that would change her life forever. You won't believe this. Fall Apart 2.
This dog would not stop barking at her pregnant owner's belly until she realizes the heartbreaking truth. Sarah was just 15 when she found out she was pregnant and decided to keep the baby. Only a few months later, her and her long-term boyfriend decided to move in together and adopt a dog. They went to the shelter and adopted a lonely black lab named Cooper, and they just knew he was the one. At first, everything was normal, but then strange things started to happen. Cooper would not stop barking at Sarah's belly as if he was trying to warn her about something. He would claw at it, whimper, and every single night he began to watch Sarah sleep. She tried putting it off for weeks, but one day she decided that it might be best to send Cooper back to the shelter. But when she went to get Cooper, he was laying on the ground and he wasn't breathing. She immediately carried him to the car and raced to the vet. But when she got there, she received news that would change her life forever. You won't believe what happens in part 2.
This girl came home to find blood on her walls, but takes one look at her dog and discovers the heartbreaking truth. 4-year-old Anna and her dad Brian were driving home from a hike one day in northern Canada. They came across what appeared to be a stray dog in the middle of the road, so they immediately slammed on their brakes. They were shocked to find a little abandoned wolf puppy that looked like it hadn't eaten in days. So they took the puppy in and nursed it back to health. They actually decided to keep him and name him Toby. 4 years passed and Anna and him became inseparable until Toby began acting extremely strange. Toby was becoming more aggressive and violent every single day. One night, Anna even caught him licking his chops at her as if he wanted to eat her. This got progressively worse until Halloween night when Anna went trick-or-treating alone for the first time. Everything went fine, but when she got back to her dad's house, no one answered. So she snuck through a window into her house. The walls were covered in blood and her dad was nowhere to be seen, but that's when she heard a sound from inside the kitchen. Follow part 2.
A man noticed that his dog watched him sleep every night, then he realizes the heartbreaking truth. This man wanted a pet dog, so he went to the shelter and adopted a lonely golden retriever named Bob. The man brought him home to his family and immediately everyone fell in love with him. But as the days went by, strange things started to happen. Whenever his owner went to bed, Bob would stand at the gate all night long and watch him sleep. At first, the owner just thought he was new to the family and needed some time to settle in. But after days went by with no change, he thought maybe the dog wasn't tired enough, so he played with him every day for a week. But he would still stand at the gate and watch him sleep every night. After weeks of this with no change, he took Bob to the vet to see if something was wrong. However, the dog was completely healthy, which left the owner very confused. And with no other options, the owner thought it would be best to return him back to the shelter. But when he got to the shelter, he discovered the heartbreaking truth and began to cry. Part 2 coming soon. A man noticed that his dog watched him sleep every night, then he realizes the heartbreaking truth. Part 2. So after the owners took the dog to the vet and the doctor said he was healthy, he said one last goodbye and then drove to the animal shelter to return him. When he got to the shelter, he asked the staff why he wasn't sleeping, and what she told him was so devastating that it broke his heart. Before I continue, I found this super cool app where you can expose all your friends by changing their text messages. Links in my bio if you want to try it too. So it turns out the previous owners abandoned the dog. However, the previous owner couldn't bear to see the dog's face as he walked away forever. So he waited for the dog to fall asleep, and when he woke up, he was in a shelter. This explains why the dog wouldn't go to sleep. He was afraid of his new owner leaving him. So that night, the owner removed the gate and let the dog sleep with him, hoping it would fix his worries. And the dog ended up gaining his trust, and now he can sleep peacefully again.
If you see a ghost dog outside your door in 2021, let him in. 2 nights ago, a young woman was walking her dog Logan when she was attacked by an older man. He grabbed her, trying to force her into a van, but her dog Logan stopped him, wounding the man. But in the fight, the man managed to shoot the dog twice. The young woman was able to escape and get the police, but by the time she got back, Logan had passed away. The strange part is, the next night there were sightings across the country of a large ghost dog with glowing white eyes going door to door at midnight. Many think he just wants to say goodbye before he goes to heaven.
I need somebody to heal, somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you numbed all the pain. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down. I just want you back. I'm running to your side. Fly. I have died every day waiting for you.
I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I
In 2006, a couple in Connecticut adopted a regular dog named Duke from their local shelter. 6 years later, on what seemed to be an ordinary night, something happened. All of a sudden, Duke sprinted to their parents' bedroom, jumped on mom and dad's bed, and started shaking uncontrollably. So this really startled the mom. She tried to calm Duke down, but Duke wouldn't stop shaking. That's when Duke suddenly jumped off the bed and started running to the baby's bedroom. And mom got really worried that something had happened to her 9-week-old baby. So when she got to the baby's room, she then realized that the baby wasn't breathing, and Duke had jumped on their bed to alert them of the situation. As soon as that happened, mom and dad called 911 and they arrived just in time to be able to save the baby. On that night, Duke repaid his debt 6 years ago for being adopted into the family many times over. The famous quote that says, "Dogs do speak, but only to those who know how to listen." Throw me a follow if you love dogs. If not, I'd still appreciate a like. This is the story of the mysterious Thai Ridgeback, only one of 2 of Thailand's national dog breeds. The Thai Ridgeback is one of the oldest dog breeds in the world and was domesticated going back centuries ago. The breed naturally ran around in isolated areas, and as a result, it was basically survival of the fittest, and there were also no crossbreeding that occurred. The Thai Ridgeback was primarily used as a prolific hunter and protector. They hunted cobras and other poisonous snakes to protect their owners. Local vets say that they built up such a strong immune system that the venom from a cobra's bite would only get them sick but not kill them. Similar to the Rhodesian Ridgeback, they have a ridge of hair on their backs that point in the opposite direction from the rest of their coat. As a result of their heritage, this rare breed is extremely protective and territorial, so they're not the best for first-time or inexperienced dog handlers. But with the right training and socialization, they can make good family companions and a great home protector. What do you think of the Thai Ridgeback? Let us know in the comments below. 4-year-old Karina and her dog Nida were left stranded in the middle of the Siberian forest. Karina was following her dad into the dangerous forest with her pup Nida with the intention to surprise him. Unfortunately, Karina and Nida lost their path and ended up stranded in the wilderness. The forest was filled with freezing nights and was infested by wolves, bears, and other dangerous predators. Terrified for her life, Karina tried to survive by eating wild berries while cuddling her puppy for warmth. They slept together in a bed of grass through the freezing night. Nida stood by and protected the little girl for 9 straight nights, until the next day she left to go back to the village to get some help. Nida managed to find a villager that was willing to follow her as she led him back to the forest. When the rescuer found the little girl, she was completely dehydrated, starving, terrified, and her face was completely red due to all the insect bites. Today, Karina is 10 years old, alive and well, and she's even won her first beauty pageant. She credits her dog Nida for saving her life as they remain best friends. In 2012, on what seemed to be an ordinary Saturday evening, FedEx delivery man started knocking on Justin's door in Staten Island. Not knowing that he was in fact a burglar in disguise, Justin opened the door, only to have the burglar barge in and force his way into his apartment. Justin wrestled with the intruder in the hallway. Things got really bad when the burglar pulled out a gun. Amidst this scary situation, Justin's 12-year-old pit bull named Kilo jumped at the burglar in an attempt to save his owner. Unfortunately, Kilo got shot right in the head as the burglar fled the building. Justin's girlfriend told him to hold Kilo one last time so that they could share this last moment together. However, Justin refused to let his best friend go and drove him to the nearest animal hospital for emergency care. After an extensive x-ray, vets determined that the bullet miraculously never penetrated Kilo's skull. They proceeded with the surgery to remove the bullet, where he would ultimately recover and come home a local hero. Throw me a follow for more dog stories. How much do your dogs actually remember? The way dogs remember is very different from a human. They do it through associative memory. This means that your dog will remember that you're going for a walk if you're picking up their leash and putting on your walking shoes. In the same way, dogs associate bad experiences with their feelings in the moment. If your dog experienced a lot of pain in the vet's office, was attacked by another dog, or even worse, came from an irresponsible owner, they'll associate the same feelings whenever they're put in that scenario. The stronger the association, the harder it is to change that memory. When retraining or dealing with a dog that had traumatic experiences in the past, it's important for us to be both patient and alert, because behaviors don't just change overnight. Although dogs might not remember every single thing we do with them, they associate positive memories when they spend time with us, which is why they get so excited when we come home. Dogs are a great reminder to us to always live in the moment and to enjoy every experience that life has to offer us. Researchers had to evacuate Antarctica due to a weather emergency. Thinking that a relief team would return in a few days, researchers tied up their 15 Sakhalin Huskies outside their base with a small supply of food. Things took a wrong turn as the weather became unbearable and the rescue team never showed up. A year later, when another expedition came, they found that only 2 dogs survived, Taro and Jiro. Taro and Jiro were the youngest of the pack, and they survived for an entire year by escaping from their chains, hunting penguins for food, and keeping each other warm during extreme winter weather. They also respected the bodies of their deceased pack members, as no signs of cannibalism occurred. Taro was brought back to his hometown in Hokkaido, whereas Jiro stayed at the research station and served in Antarctica. Today, their bodies are embalmed and immortalized in 2 museums in Japan. The breed is nearly extinct, as there are only 7 Sakhalin Huskies left in their native island, but the story of Taro and Jiro lives on. Are Rottweilers vicious guard dogs, or are they good family companions? The Rottweiler breed was originally used by the Romans for a wide variety of tasks when they arrived in Germany. To their big heads, Rottweilers have a bite force stronger than the Pit Bull or the German Shepherd, about half of that of a shark. Their temperament is calm, confident, courageous, but also very loving. They're one of the best Velcro breeds, meaning you don't have to call your Rottweiler back to your side. Rottweilers are a very intelligent breed and have a strong desire to work, making them very versatile to do tasks like protection work, herding, and even tracking. Because their energy levels aren't that high, they also make great family companions, provided you socialize them and do obedience training early, same as any other dog. Unfortunately, due to irresponsible ownership and the media portraying them as vicious dogs, they're banned in a lot of parts of the world. This makes no sense, and a lot of Rottweilers end up in shelters due to this reason. Let us know what you think of Rottweilers in the comment section below. This is the heroic story of Lily, a lonely pit bull who was dropped off at a shelter in Boston. In 2009, a policeman named David decided to adopt Lily for his mother Christine, and they instantly became best friends. One day, Lily and her mom Christine was walking home when Christine all of a sudden fell unconscious in the middle of some train tracks. She fell in the path of an incoming freight train. Reacting to this crisis, Lily pushed and pulled her mom Christine. As a result, was able to save her life. Unfortunately, Lily wasn't so lucky, and the incoming freight train struck her. Sadly, the damage was so bad that they had to amputate her entire right leg, and they had to put steel plates in her pelvis. Lily passed away in 2018 at the age of 15, but her legacy lives on. Lily's family and friends decided to start a foundation called Lily's Pit Crew. It continues to do good work for other pit bulls, and they use their hashtag Lily's Legacy to continue to make her proud. This is the story of the massive Turkish Kangal. Turkish Kangal is a livestock guardian with enough size and athleticism to take down predators like bears, wolves, and jackals in order to protect their owner's flock. Kangal owners swear that they have the same launch power as a Ferrari, and a bite force that's stronger than any other breed. A Kangol's temperament is very balanced. They're famous for being exceptionally good with children in the house. But being a natural guardian, they have an extraordinary protection instinct against other animals. The breed is named for the Kangol district in central Turkey. They're considered a national dog, even appearing in their postage stamps. Today, Turkey has banned the export of these majestic guardians, and they have strict restrictions on foreigners taking them back to their home country. This working breed definitely isn't for everyone. They're best suited living in a farm where they have a lot of livestock protection work to do. Throw me a follow for more dog stories. The story of this beautiful dog breed has a dark side. The Jindo originated in the Korean island of Jindo and was declared a national treasure. The popularity skyrocketed when an 83-year-old woman had to give away her Jindo to a family 180 miles away because she grew too ill to care for him. The woman was heartbroken to give away her beloved dog, only to find out that her Jindo had traveled alone for 7 months and made his way back to her backyard. The dog ran into her arms and they ended up spending the rest of their lives together. As you can tell from the story, the breed is known for their bravery, intelligence, and most importantly, their loyalty. The fortunate part of this story is that over 2 million Jindos are killed each year in South Korea's dog meat trade, while many are still stuck in illegal puppy mills. Many organizations like Jindo Love Rescue are working tirelessly to save as many Jindos as possible. If you're thinking of adopting your next dog, a loyal Jindo just might be the perfect fit for your family.